Do it this way today.
Mm.
Put that there. Starting it up real fast. Starting it up real fast. Not wasting any time. Not wasting any time today. Yeah, let's get it started. Where is it?
Ho ho ho.
The world is flat. I'm here to ring the alarm with my puppet like charm, straight from the barn. I'm talking about Flat Earth Farms, cause most don't know. They think we live on a globe, a ball that floats. So listen and take notes, and take it to a higher plane. Imagine yourself in all it contains, in all its glory, and Flat Earth Farms can take you there. Open your mind outside the box. No more staring at NASA's Photoshop. No more moon landings, no line to ya. No more people standing backwards in Australia. Just facts and pure truth, planning straight to the roots. Flat Earth Farms help you understand. A magical place on a wondrous land.
The world is flat, and that's a fact. Tell your friends next time you chat. Let them know a ball ain't that. Let's stay playing with the baseball bat. Cause we coming out the barn, a higher place, the Flat Earth Farms.
It was about everything, everything, everything's alive. It's alive, it's alive, it's alive. The light was about everything, everything, everything's alive. It's all lies, it's all lies, it's all lies. Midnight was about the shape of Earth. We know it's flat. The Earth is fucking flat. It's flat. It's flat. It's flat. Midnight was about 9/11. There was no planes in that attack. That attack. That attack. It was attack. On us, on us, on us, on us. Every single day. It's all lies, it's all lies, it's all fake, it's all lies. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. They lie to us about everything. Everything. Everything's a lie. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. They lie to us about the shape of Earth. We know it's flat. The Earth is fucking flat. It's flat. It's flat. It's flat. They lie to us on the news every single day. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all fake. It's all lies.
Singe, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the show. We're live. We got Parody Bear. Then we have Daniel Becker. Sound Fan Man. Scott Love Around. Sue. What's up, Sue? How you doing? Random Fan, Helmet Cassidy, Stu, Mr. Anderson. So what you been up to since, man?
Healing,
What's
raising my vibrations, trying to become
high vibration,
elevated. Attitude is the emotional state that is felt. Give off a good vibe.
Nice. Do it. Do it. Don't just read the card. Live by it. Live by it. Every day, constantly.
Oh,
So
I know. That's
no longer a card for you.
Right?
That's a way of life.
That's a contest, right? Always to
nobody
see the world through the eyes of a child. It's always a good test.
I love
so
you know
your
what
tribe,
I love you know what I
vibe.
love you know what I love, Singe, man. I love playing musicians who will like talk to me in real life, come on the show and like actually help me out here. You know what I mean? A little bit, and then I'll play their music, no problem. Anyway, what's up? How you doing?
Music, and I have several songs. I've got to get them out here so that when I decide to leave this realm, I can at least leave a couple songs behind for the fun of it. But I'd rather leave comic books behind, so I'm really going to be concentrating on my comic books.
Yeah, I'm just going to make my own music for everybody, for everything. I don't need anybody.
No man is an island. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We all need each other. That's one of the things that we need besides air and food and shelter and clothing. We need love.
Yeah. I guess so. If you had nobody, you'd still live, right?
Sickly, yes.
Yes. But you'd make it. You'd make it.
Maybe you'd find love somewhere else, like in nature or something.
Yeah, maybe you fall in love with a squirrel.
No, that kind of love. Although there is the Robinson Crusoe effect, yes. and his man Friday.
Pepe Le Pew.
So let's see. What else I had to say was I'm healing. Oh my god. I can't believe, you know how after you're sick and you feel how you're strong again, you're like, I can't believe how sick I was. Because now I feel like I'm not even fully healed yet. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm already exercising and doing stances. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I used to do just a bit ago. Just exercise my muscles because it feels good to be able to like, right, my balance is right. And then this, no. Right? No knee popping. It used to pop, but I worked through it. So there was a pop right there. But I worked through it so that doesn't
just
hurt
popped
that
a
much.
little bit, but don't pop it too much. Be careful.
Mm-mm.
Pop.
Right.
Pop.
So I love using my muscles. It feels so good. It's been sitting around for 10 days. Blah. Thinking like I lost my spark of life. I did. I regained it. And I'm not even fully repaired yet. I haven't been that ill since I was a child, I think.
Well, you'll make it.
Yeah. You're not letting me out of here that easy.
Well, just leave.
Think-
Just keep leaving. Wherever you're gonna go, just keep leaving. Like you've been doing.
Keep leaving? What?
Yeah. You listen. You left South Carolina at work, though.
I just keep leaving.
Like, all right, cool.
Well, I've got to leave up north
whatever
and see
Tennessee,
random fan.
whatever TN with Tennessee wants you to do before. Nah, all right, I'll be there. Yep, and then just take off.
I can't wait to see random fan. Next year I'm gonna leave and see random fan.
Cool, totally cool.
Because he's only a day away from me, so I could just like. So
what do we do here?
When he scares me too much, I can just come running back home.
What do we do here? About like 15 minutes of talking, and then like 20 minutes of music, and then like 15 minutes of talking, and then like half hour of music, like that. Is that how we do it?
Warriors.
What's up?
Hail Warriors. Hail Warriors. Warriors. Come out to play.
Well, hold on 1 second.
Remember that one? Hey, let's look at the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Parody Bear. Hi. Never met you. Daniel Becker. Hello. You're on FBI book. You want to see what I look like? Jenny T.I. Targeted Investigations. The detective is here.
All right, I got something. You ready?
Wait.
Are you ready? All right.
Daniel Becker, ceiling fan man. A man of ceiling fans.
Uh-huh.
He sells them. He procures them. And he also installs them. Scott Level Realm, because he's not from a flat earth. He's from a level realm.
Yeah.
Sue Finelli, because she makes a great Italian meal.
She makes a great finale soup.
There you go. Sue Finelli.
What, you never heard of a finale soup?
She's such a great person. She totally reminds me of my aunt. I forgot to tell her that. Random fan is present. Helmet Case is a good name. Stu, Mr. Anderson V, has been around with a different name, I think. It's just Mr. Anderson before, wasn't it? Thank you for your blessings. Okay, now what are we doing?
I was just playing this. You ready?
Yeah, I had my fun.
This is on Christians' St. John's Day, or the 24th of June, otherwise known as Midsummer's Day, when the sun arrives at its annual highest elevation, the summer solstice. Regarding the Masonic rite of circambulation, 33rd degree Freemasonic historian Albert Mackey says, "In Freemasonry, people always walked 3 times round the altar while singing a sacred hymn. In making this procession, great care was taken to move an imitation of the course of the sun. The rite of circumambulation undoubtedly refers to the doctrine of sun worship." Masonry is derived and is the remains of the religion of the ancient Druids, who, like the Magi of Persia and the priests of Heliopolis in Egypt, were priests of the sun. They paid great worship to this great luminary as the great visible agent of a great invisible first cause. The Christian religion and Masonry have one and the same common origin. Both are derived from the worship of the sun. The difference between their origin is that the Christian religion is a parody on the worship of the sun, in which they put a man whom they call Christ in place of the sun, and pay him the same adoration which was originally paid to the sun. In Masonry, many of the ceremonies of the Druids are preserved in their original state, at least without any parody. With them, the sun is still the sun, and his image, in the form of the sun, is the great emblematical ornament of Masonic lodges and Masonic dresses. It is the central figure on their aprons, and they wear it also as a pendant on the breast of their lodges and in their processions. The sun, as the great visible agent of the Creator, was the invisible object of the adoration of the Druids. All their religious rites and ceremonies had reference to the apparent progress of the sun through the 12 signs of the zodiac and his influence upon the earth. The Masons adopt the same practices. The roof of their temples or lodges is ornamented with a sun, and the floor is a representation of the variegated face of the earth, either by carpeting or mosaic work. The emblematical meaning of the sun is well known to the enlightened and inquisitive Freemason, and as the real sun is situated in the center of the universe, so the emblematical sun is in the center of real Masonry. Only the scientific Freemason knows the reason why the sun is placed in the center of this beautiful hall, says Thomas Paine in his Origin of Freemasonry. The real reason the sun is placed in the center of Masonic halls is because it represents the core of their 5-century-long heliocentric deception. First, the sun worshippers took us off our ancient natural 13-month lunar calendars and replaced them with unnatural, irregular 12-month Gregorian solar calendars. Second, they put the sun into the center of the universe and then convinced people the earth and everything else revolve around it. Third, they made the sun the biggest object in the heavens, supposedly 119 times bigger than the moon, even though we can clearly see they are of equal size. Fourth, they demoted the moon to being a mere reflector of the sun's magnificent light, claiming the moon to have no light of its own. And finally, in 1969, the sun worshippers aboard a craft named Apollo after the Greek sun god claimed to land on and thereby spiritually and physically conquer the moon. Tex Mars in Codex Magica says, "The sun has ever been at the center of false religion. The ancient mystery religions venerated the sun, the solar disk, as deity. The Greeks honored Apollo as the child of the sun. The Romans paid homage to Mithra, the sun god. These pagan philosophies form the basis for the worship of the Illuminati and indicate the importance of the sun as a symbol of satanic deity. Now today, the Masons, as did the apostate Jewish elders and priests in the days of Ezekiel, continue to worship Satan the sun god, also called Lucifer or Baal, by other names. The name of their great god Jabulon, which is revealed to the Masons in the higher degrees, is a synonym for the solar deity. 2 of the 3 syllable in the name, Ba and Lan, mean Baal and On, both of which represent sun and fire gods. The winged disc symbol, displayed prominently over the doorway of Masonic lodges, shows a solar disc with eagle's wings and 2 serpents. This ancient symbol was found in Egyptian, Sumerian, Mesopotamian, Hittite, Anatolian, Persian, Native American, Mexican, and Australian tribal cultures, always representative of the sun. Eagles have also long been associated with the sun, since they fly highest, closest to the sun, and they can stare straight into its light. Roman generals kept golden solar eagles atop their rods as a sign of supremacy over the army. In Egypt, Horus the hawk was always symbolized with the sun over his head. The Native Americans also associated eagles with the sun, such as the Abenaki eagle god Kisosin the Sunbringer. NASA's Apollo 11 mission patch symbol shows an eagle landing on the moon. The Apollo 16 and 17 patches also prominently feature eagles. The Apollo 13 symbol shows 3 horses pulling the sun behind them, which references the ancient Greek legend of Helios, the sun god, traveling across the sky in a chariot drawn by horses. In total, NASA supposedly landed 12 men and 0 women on the moon. Since the moon has always been associated with the feminine and the number 13, the sun associated with the masculine, and number 12, putting 12 men on the moon, once again, it's symbolic of the Masonic patriarchal brotherhood conquering the divine celestial feminine. This is also the occult reason why Apollo 13 coincidentally had an explosion at 113 on April 13th. William Cooper in Mystery Babylon.
Are we supposed to talk through this or anything? No? Okay. I don't hear anything. Okay, did I ever tell you that I invented one time at space camp joke? It's true.
Well, that's slightly aggravating. Slightly. So what are you doing, Sense? How you hanging in there?
I invented one time at space camp, and also your mama's so flat. I invented both those.
Nice, nice. Well, you
Your
have been
mama's so
around.
flat when she sits around the house. It's just perspective. Your mama's so flat they won't even let her take a selfie of herself.
But you have been around for a long time.
You hear that one? Your mama's so flat they won't even let her take a selfie.
Your mom is so flat. Your mom is so flat. I thought she was a piece of paper, and I started writing on her, and then she said, "Ouch," and I said, "Sorry."
You have to make a flat Earth reference out of it. Your mama's so flat when she sits around the house, it's just perspective. See how it works?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I get it.
Your mama's so flat that she ain't got no satellites. Your mama's I don't know. So I made that one. And one time at space camp, they said that we could be astronauts if we agreed to sign a non-disclosure agreement and bend over on command.
Well, I was thinking of kind of just cutting the streams tonight. I'm a little tired. What about you? Tired?
I should probably be going to bed
Yeah.
in 15 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really. I just lost what we were just playing, so
Really?
it's kind of aggravating.
Oh, I thought you just turned it off.
No, I accidentally lost it.
Let's find you a card.
It's kind
Happy.
of
There's a happy card.
Sometimes I'm not happy. I'm just exhausted.
Oh, okay. Let's find you another card.
Oh.
Comfort zone. Are you in your comfort zone? Break out of it.
Maybe if I get a drink or something.
You need to leave your comfort zone to progress.
Maybe I need something to drink. So.
No.
Get the f out of here. You're fired.
No. Get the better solution. You keep me on the payroll as an outside consultant. And in exchange for my salary, my job will be never to tell people these things that I know. I don't even have to come into the office. I can do this job from home.
Yep. Yo, if Earth's flat, why don't you fall off the edge? I heard that Mike Collins from Apollo is dead. My girl's fat girl, let's just crawl in the bed. Don't spit if you want, just swallow instead. Swallow instead. Can you hear me, Siri? Swallow instead. Hello, Siri. Is gravity a theory or a fact? Throw my tampons in the house where my period's at. Get my rap on when I'm pissed about the serious crap. Passing so fast through space, time bends and how. After blasting through warp speed, we get to plaid. Don't listen if you don't like when I spit these raps. Rhymes I write like lightning, I write so fast. I'm like Mike Tyson, you ain't got a fighting chance. Yo, I'm going back to basics, flat smack in the faces. You can't have gas pressure without adjacent to the vacuum of space, bitch, without a container. Like paying for a lawyer without a retainer. I ain't playing about to let a slug out of this chamber. When you see the red dot, yo, no doubt it's a laser. Helio flatty dude, shot up for later, shot up for later. Flatty dude, shot up for later. I've been around the world, and I measure the earth, measure the earth. The devil, he's so clever with words, but level don't ever mean curved, it never means curved, and meta, from the metaverse, they're playing Call of Duty, help build my immunity up, insurance policy paying you, they usually bluff, I'm not saying they won't do it, but it's usually tough, the last few years I've seen some unusual stuff, but if I mention the shot, you say I'm off the beat, so now I'm beating off to the thoughts of shots in me. What a rotten little awful getting off scot-free. Son of a gun of a bitch I've come to be. Shaking up the game to break up the redundancy. And if it wasn't for work, they'd have no taxes. And if it wasn't for burnt, there'd be no ashes. And if it wasn't for birds, egg be no hatching. And if it wasn't for dirt, there'd be no traffic. And if it wasn't for hurts, there'd be no passion. And if it wasn't for learning, then why all the classes? If it wasn't for your purse, yo, I'd have nothing to snatch. And if I don't come in first, then I'm coming in last. I've been around the world, and I measure the earth, measure the earth. The devil, he's so clever with words, but level don't ever mean curved, it never means curved, and meta, from the meta. All these atheists must hate my guts, cause I say to their face, space is fake and stuff. NASA astronauts, everything you say is suspect, cause I suspect you make it up. Not your average FE thespian beast, faster than faggots fasting at a lesbian feast. She that loves me the least will give me nothing to eat, but he that loves me the most will give me something to smoke. This ain't how much your mother loving murder she wrote. The spin of the earth should've made your vertebrae broke. Every word that I spoke you couldn't refute it. Water finds a true level, so you couldn't dilute it. You couldn't dilute it. It can't be refuted. You couldn't dilute. You couldn't dilute. You couldn't dilute it.
Who the f do you think you are, you crazy little shit? Security?
I am Jack's smirking revenge.
I love that part. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, genius. This went bam. Look what he did to me. Think he's like, yeah. You didn't know I was psycho, did you? That was a weird movie because at the end it showed like it was kind of confusing, like who was who, was which clear character was who. Like, wait, that was his other personality the whole time. Pretty weird.
I've seen movies like that. So, what do you want to do?
Want to hear something weird?
Yeah, what up?
How about this? You want to hear something weird? Just to show you, I know we all know already, But let's look at what's popular on Netflix right now. Just really quick. Ready? We'll go down here. Where is that? Trending now. Ready? I'll just read it. The Sandman. While searching for an escaped nightmare in the waking world, Morpheus falls prey to Roderick, the occultist, looking for the blah, 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 blah. Okay, next. The Watcher. Ominous letters, strange neighbors, sinister threats. A family moves into their suburban home, blah, 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 nightmare, da, da, da. Next is Stranger Things. Just a weird ass paranormal show. Oh, Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer. Next, where's this one? Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. In a dystopia riddled with corruption and sex. Okay, getting the picture so far, getting a feel of how it is over here. Next, the Umbrella Academy. Reunited by their father's death, estranged siblings with extraordinary powers, blah, 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 blah. Next, the School of Good and Evil. Okay, I don't even need to read any more of that. Next, Seinfeld. That's the most evil of them all. A show about nothing? How evil can you get? Okay, so, and let's stop with this one. The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself. These are what are trending on Netflix. Enjoy. Oh, next, The Sinner. Should I keep on going? Would you like me to keep going? In the Dark. Boom. Let's keep going. Supernatural is the name of this one. Ooh, what's this one? Oblivion. Getting the picture what it's like over here at Netflix.
I got something cool.
Was that entertaining, or was that entertaining? I've been planning that all day.
There's something that I was checking out that we can watch. You ready? Dun dun dun.
Texas Chainsaw 2022. Oh my God, how horrible! Your mama's so flat. I used to have a whole list of them somewhere. Yes, interesting art.
Can you hear it?
Howdy, y'all. Welcome
Yes.
back. Thank you for being here. Today, we're going to go through a really awesome collection of photographs, all from the old world. Now, the thing that ties all of these images together, and look at this beautiful architecture here. It makes you wonder how cities like this were all arising at the same time when we're told this architecture spans over hundreds of years, yet it all seems to be uniform with the rest of the architecture in the city. It all appears to be of one harmonious construction. But I digress. All of the photographs today are going to be from the Detroit Publishing Company, which began as the Detroit Photochrome Company, a company that would take high definition or highly detailed photographs using advanced cameras from Switzerland. And then they would colorize these photographs or make these photographs of the old world into color. Now, this company formed in the late 1800s, and according to Wikipedia and other mainstream sources, we don't have a lot of information about the creators of this company. What a coincidence. But we're told the company formed in the late 1800s, and at one point, they purchased the process to make photochrome images. And from there, the company took off. Now, you're probably familiar with the Detroit Publishing Company. If you've seen this name mentioned before, it was probably in your old world research, because if we dive into photographs of the old world, you're almost always going to find one or two in every city around the world that was made by the Detroit Publishing Company. And many times these are the photographs of the old world that we see in color. But what we're looking at today are the photographs before they were colorized. These high definition images from the 1860s, the 1870s, the 1880s. And it begs a lot of questions. One of the things that I hear most often is when we look at these old world photographs, as we do throughout all of my videos, we often see that these cities appear to be empty. Now, many will claim this is due to the photographic process of the time, to the cameras of the time. They took a long time to take an image. However, we also have images from the 1850s and the 1860s that include people in the photographs. And these aren't exactly people that are posing. They do appear blurry in some aspects, but you can clearly tell that they are people. They may be moving or walking down a street, but you can see horses in motion and other things like that. And many of these photographs are the ones that were turned into the photochrome or the colorized photographs from before the year 1900. Now, a lot of these in America, almost exclusively, were done by the Detroit Publishing Company. And that's why we're looking at these images today, because they, for the most part, held exclusive rights and brought this process from Switzerland to the Americas, and then made the photographs of the old world that many of us are familiar with today. And when we do the research that we do into the old world and into this history, we often will come across these photographs again and again, with the Detroit Publishing Company said to be the ones behind the image. Now, this becomes even more interesting because in a lot of these publications from the 1800s, we don't necessarily have a photographer. We don't necessarily have a date given. We have estimates. We have the year given, but not an exact date, as if these photographs seem to come from somewhere else. And then the Detroit Publishing Company, almost with their process that they developed, were able to claim these photographs as their own. And it makes you wonder. Now, we're looking through architecture here, but we're also looking through a handful of other anomalies that I found while going through the thousands of photographs from the Detroit Publishing Company. The interesting thing about this is, again, we're told this company began in the 1800s, and by the year 1900, their photochrome or their color images were some of the most popular images to be published all around the country of the United States. Now, where this becomes sort of irrelevant, or where this becomes interesting, where this becomes more questionable, is we're told by World War I, the company was basically bankrupt and that no one was interested in photochrome images anymore. There was new interest in different techniques like video and movies, the video camera, the moving photograph. That is what took the world by storm. And we're told this company, with all of these images, with hundreds of thousands of images all around the world, the most highly detailed images from the 1800s, the whole company went bankrupt after World War I. And eventually, everything that they owned was taken over by the United States government. All of the images, we're told, were then given to the Library of Congress and made available to the public. And apparently, we're able to look through every single image online. But it begs the question, how much of what the Detroit Publishing Company actually published in the 1800s, how much of that came from before the reset, if we believe there was a reset? How much of it came from after the reset? Did they rediscover the process of photochrome? And did they apply the color to these images simply to win over the public, who was already questioning how these photographs were so
Do we have to talk
detailed,
over this?
able to show different bodies in motion when we're told other cameras of the time
Yeah, you can
simply
talk
could
over
not
it.
do this? It's a very interesting
I
thing.
mean, should we, or do we have to?
That's
You don't have
between
to,
what we're told
but you can
in the
say whatever you
mainstream
want.
and what we can clearly see in
I'll
these
probably go
photos.
to bed soon, but I'll watch for a little
As
bit.
we go through these photographs,
Yeah, it's
it
only like
becomes
20
clear
20
that
more
Look at
minutes.
that.
overlooking
That looks like a rocket.
detailed
It's only like
images
20
that
more
were
minutes,
being published,
since.
and there must be an advanced type of camera.
Yeah, well,
We'll dive into that in a little bit. We'll get into the current narrative, but we can go from Atlantic.
I'm
what do you say?
preparing for a drive across the USA, so I must be well rested.
You want to end it now? You want to end it now?
No. I'll just
20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
City to different places all around the United States to different places all around the world, and we can find this architecture that is so similar and yet so unique at the same time.
What the
Many
hell
of
is
the
that?
oldest photographs will show us that a lot
What
of the largest
What are
buildings in these locations seem to come to an apex, something we
What are
would
they
call
doing?
protect. They appear to be topped with these devices, these different mechanisms that we
crazy.
simply cannot
People were weird.
understand at this point. Now we're told they're ornamental; they serve no purpose. And in church-like buildings, they were for acoustics and things of that
You know how
nature.
long it would take to build something with no purpose?
That are up the same sort of mechanisms. And we find that in the oldest photographs, they do not have wires. They do not have anything like that that is being applied to that. And yet, when we fast forward time, when we look at photographs from the 1900s and later, we can find that these same mechanisms, that the same
They have
tops
created a device which
then being
pulls
supplied with
electricity
wires, being
from the moisture
supplied
in
with
the air.
electricity, as if there was already something
Look at
in
this.
place that needed to be electrified, or there was something in place that was already serving a purpose, and then it was refurbished, or it was reset, it was renovated to again serve this purpose and or serve a new one. Here's a great example of what I'm talking about. On the left, you can see gas-powered lights. However, there are also electric wires everywhere, telegraph wires, as well as old telegraph lines, this ancient antiquitech. We also have massive bridges, massive architecture built with this sort of engineering that leaves much for us to desire as we read the narrative about how they were constructed. Look at the top.
Wireless power
Massive-
transmission
look at
from the
top
air.
of many of these buildings.
2021.
You can say that that is ornamental, and you can say that these are flagpoles and other things of that nature. However, in all of these photographs, all of these flagpoles are empty. And I did not include every photograph here from the Detroit Publishing Company, obviously, because there are thousands upon thousands of them. But I can tell you for sure that there is antiquitech on almost every single building that appeared in the 1800s, especially if they were buildings of some sort of important status. Now, whether that status was applied to them later after they were discovered, or if this is just how they were being constructed at the time. One thing is for sure, we can look at the tops of these buildings and we see flagpoles and other things like that, ones that are absolutely massive, that would be able to house absolutely beautiful flags. They would be able to send an absolutely positive message. They would be able to notify the public, much like a billboard. They would be able to show your pride in whatever it is you wanted to show on this flagpole. However, in every single photograph, we do not see flags on any of these poles. It would lead us to believe these were not flagpoles. The same with the antiquitech on top of the buildings. So as we dive into this history, there's a lot that has been explained by the mainstream. It's been told to us that if we have any questions about it, we shouldn't, because everything is business as usual. However, with our minds finally able to see through the charade that was history that we've been presented with, his story, we can finally start to peel back these layers and see that everything isn't exactly as we've been told. The technology appears to be founded, inherited. It doesn't appear to be brand new, because if it was brand new, like we're told at the time of these photographs, you think that it would be used. You think it would be applied in a way that makes sense, instead of having all of this antiquitech, all of these flagpoles empty, all of these different devices seemingly not being used properly, and the people that are using them standing next to them as if they're almost shocked that they're next to such a beautiful item. They more appear to be in shock because of what they're witnessing, because of the architecture, because of the discoveries, because of the inheritance of the old world. But that's...
Hey, Sinsman. You hear me?
Amitabha.
Did you get your pencil and your paper? Make a side note: graphene oxide and nanocarbon tubes. Just Daniel Becker left that as a comment, so make sure you get like
something I should try in the future. Okay.
Well, make sure you get like just make sure you get one of our best people who knows a lot about that to research it and like get the secretary to get it all together so we can present it on the screen.
Can you hear this? Hold on.
And within the next 10 minutes, you have 10 more minutes.
The theory.
Okay, hold on. Wait, hit pause.
I have a little bit written really about this narrative that I want to share.
What's up, Sins?
Can you hear this?
Ask you, why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented.
You can hear.
Yeah.
Truman Show quote: "We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented." Simple as that.
All right, you ready?
Go. Yeah.
There with you, I want to get in my opinion a little bit, but be able to share historical facts with you according to the narrative. And then at the end of this video, I have a lot of esoteric alchemical processes that I want to discuss that seem to have a sort of bearing on what is going on in the world today. Now, stick with me if you like to get into the more esoteric version of the old world history. And these images themselves, they're absolutely stunning. So we'll get right into it. A quick dive into the history books tells us that the Detroit Publishing Company began sometime in the late 1880s, started by William Livingstone and photographer Edwin Husher. Those last names are unique. Livingstone and Husher would purchase the rights to photochrome, a truly pioneering technique for its time, allowing for the mass production of colorized, highly detailed.
Livingstone and Husher, those were my two nicknames. That's crazy. In high school, Sid. In high school, they used to call me Livingstone and Husher. All the girls, I don't know why.
Photographs from Hans Jacob Schmid of Switzerland. This implies to me that the only photochrome in America at this time would be coming to us from the Detroit Publishing Company, also known for its time as the Detroit Photochrome Company. Again, the history is key both to our modern day research of the old world, but also appears that this should have been a well-documented company, and yet the information we're provided nowadays really seems to fall short. The largest biography we have for any member of this narrative comes to us from William Henry Jackson, the most famous photographer of the Detroit.
Thank you, random fan. Why don't you put a whole show together for me on it and facsimile it to my secretary, you know, and we'll have, you know, we'll have our secretaries, you know, my secretary talk to your secretary. They'll do the
We
thing.
could use footage from that one show where they shrunk the people down and they put them in the ship and they put them in the body. We could use footage from that.
Honey, I Shrunk the Children.
Yeah, that one.
Publishing company. But he's also listed as the plant manager, implying that this company had a multitude of buildings in one location, possibly factories, which focus solely on the production of photographs. To put this into perspective, you'd be hard-pressed to go through a museum's collection and not see work from the Detroit Publishing Company. Also, you can go through really all of my videos, and at least one or two of the photographs in every video will most likely be from the Detroit Publishing Company, if not more. For roughly 50 years, these photographs, these photochrome or colorized or high definition or highly detailed photographs seem to be the greatest achievement of photography. I've made previous videos discussing the likes of Luxembourg and the massive achievements in photography which stem from that unique area of Europe. From the same region, we have cameras that grew and they developed like living artifacts. And throughout Europe, we have mankind that was tinkering with these cameras. And by the end of the 1800s, we have highly precise, highly detailed images without any blurring of moving artifacts. Yes. We have photographs of old world roller coasters, for example, in motion by the year 1890.
Excuse me.
Were these accurate depictions?
Are these accurately
labeled images? Are they misdated? Or did photography really advance that much in just 30 years? Some people have claimed that some of these detailed images in some of my videos could be old world Photoshop. And in many instances, we do not see the sky or the sun or anything like that in these images. Again, this is attributed to the photographic process of the time. Photochrome images appear to be the most detailed images of the time, beyond the norm of the late 1800s. Nowadays, we have millions of dollars that go into city planning and renovations. In some cases, billions of dollars in the most major cities. And we still can't even come close to achieving the amount of harmony that we see in most of this old world architecture. Besides the architecture appearing more visually pleasing, more inviting, and overall more complicated than the drab architecture of today, one thing we can also notice is that there is a unity amongst the chief designs of most of these major cities. All these structures, for the most part, appear to flow into the surrounding areas, whether it's nature, other buildings, or something much more advanced. Almost every single aspect of these earliest old world cities appear to have been planned to match in harmony with the rest of the city. In modern times, these old world buildings stick out like needles in a haystack because they clearly don't fit the modern concepts that govern our society. However, in the old world photographs, we can see a certain balance, the cause of which we can visualize as the structures in the city all being of one harmonious design. Obviously, from the narrative we're given, this isn't possible. These cities have multiple layers, multiple rebuilds, multiple architects over dozens, if not hundreds of years, over numerous disastrous events and advancements, which caused these cities, every single one, to rise at one point from a few hundred to over 1,000 people to the number that we see when these photographs were taken. Every city started from a little something and eventually arose, whether it was from the indigenous people or whoever is given credit for it. But we must keep that in mind as we look through these photographs. When we see architecture that all appears to have been grown, it appears to have been built at the exact same time.
Giants. Oh yeah, tons of them. Statues, carvings, depictions, writings. Oh, but this were creative. Wait, what?
I thought that was
Look.
part of the. Listen, I thought it was part of the movie for a minute. Keep going, keep going. You're doing good.
Sweet, I'm getting better. One day, my rambling will be such that they'll say, "Have you had training from RV?"
Yeah. The way he does it, I know he's good. I was listening to it. Like right now, he'd be like, the goat breathing out fire. The occult science of the ancient Maggie was concealed to him, you know? He's like, he's nuts. And of
And
course,
then
they
he'd be
use
like,
the goat symbol.
and he'd
Why
be
not
like,
have it
you know, I've
in
heard
the
somebody
double head
say
with the double angel wings? You know, like
it's often been referred to as this, but you know, I've had this somebody such and such come up to me and say this and that. Yeah, he has little stories he adds to everything. That's what you gotta do. You gotta spin a yarn. You gotta be long in the tooth.
I don't have to do anything. I'll just sit here and watch a movie and I'll be fine.
So, if you're well read, then you can be well spoken.
I'll just do this.
The more you read fine writing, the more you would be able to regurgitate such. A balance. Look at those little faces. That's cool. What's that about? Different people representing what the? There's a lot of gods that are depicted as both sexes. Demigods, I would say. But there's a dragon. There's dragon people. Fan in one hand, a cup with ribbons coming out of it. What? Let's just draw this and write it. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just art. What the heck?
We're just putting all of our links in.
We're just like making it look cool. It doesn't really mean anything. Look at that line art. They used to. Oh, that's etchings too. They'd make that etchings in wood like that. Nice. Because they had all the time in the world to do anything because it's free energy. They were able to be artistic and play. Playing at work. Work is good, but you got to play at doing it. Don't take it so seriously. Just play at working. It's called the art of play. I love that line art. Not a line is wasted. Everything's perfect. What? The square and the compass. So you can flatten the circle that was for. So you can flatten two sides, the human, the feminine, and the masculine. What? That's cool. Worship of James must be ascribed to the Etruscans, by whom he was regarded on the specter of heaven. And therefore, all of the transactions, an image of the god with four faces, came from Valerie to Rome, which is supposed to have. We just wrote this because it does. We just had this cool idea. We just wrote it down. It doesn't really mean anything. Don't pay attention. Nothing's here. Horns. Nose. That's a nose. A Greek nose. What? Key and a staff. Sounds like me. I have keys. I have staffs. Okay, that's gonna take some time to carve. Probably a week, maybe. Maybe 4 days. Wood, I love carving wood. It's so easy. Yes. I think I have enough money to make it home. We shall see.
Yeah.
I'll make it there. I'll just sell stuff or something along the way. Maybe I could do motivational speaking on the street corner and stand upon a soapbox and make probably not. Okay, I'm back here. Public library. My new year. What's a new year? When does a new year begin? April? That's when the spring comes. That's when the new year's coming, right? When there's springtime is the new year. I mean, if you didn't have that those papers with the words and numbers on it, you would say springtime is the new year, right? You wouldn't start the new year in the middle of the winter, would you? I don't think so. Oh, it's been dead air for long enough. That's interesting. Someone just had that idea. Maybe they dreamed it. How do I put my Cash App up? Let's see.
I had Nightball put it in, but you can put it in if you want.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I had Nightball put it in the whole time, but you can do it. I put all of our links in for support for everybody, so we can all get support. So we need it. Go ahead, put it in if you want again.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Put it in your channel,
it
my
did put it in.
channels.
Oh, it does put it in. That's pretty
Put
cool.
it in all. Yeah, if you put Singeman, it should do it.
Thank you.
As a command, but that's only on one channel, I think.
I have 400
on the other channel. You still got to.
Oh, it takes me $700 to get home. So I'll make it soon. My brother-in-law will send it to me or something. I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I will make it home. You go through all the channels and give them up. We do it over here. worth it keeping my channel open late night live? I guess we might need it someday. You never know. Boston Ray over here with one person watching. Boston Ray monthly adventures 14, 15. Late night live, my funny little channel. Nobody watches. This channel.
Hey, Steffi, how you doing?
Steffi P.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Steffi. Good timing. We're just being very mellow. Isn't that weird that your voice sounds different to you than when you hear it recorded? It sounds different.
Yeah, you caught us live, yeah.
I'm getting tired too, Steffi. I gotta go to sleep. What time is it? Oh yeah, I gotta go to sleep. Thank you for coming, everybody.
So all these buildings are no longer there.
Yeah, we occasionally still see buildings look like that. Parts of them. Or replicas of them. Now that you'll never see. What? That's a metropolis. It's like Grand Central Station. What? Yeah, this is our school. What? Nah, people live there. What? Well, they founded it, so they moved in. Thank you, Bill Miller. Film. What's that antenna stuff? You know what it is? It's getting energy from the moisture in the air. Mm-hmm. Check out AirGen. They just, or it's a new company.
There's the Charles Schwab Mansion. The other one.
How many? Oh my! What? Okay, we're talking like hundreds of servants just to keep it clean daily. What? It's like probably a really good job to have. You get free food and clothing and stuff.
The Hotel Piccadilly. That was my nickname in high school.
You had a lot of nicknames. Dynamo. The Dynamo. That's quick. I just had quick reflexes that worked. That's nice.
Just end it already.
Bill, no. Bill, don't end it.
That was Bill Miller.
Don't ever end it.
All right, here we go. This is not. Oh, I didn't get that. No, that's not the right one. Oh well. SpaghettiOs. Hold on one sec. I'll get there.
I want to see the best charging kit in the world. I can charge anything, even a car battery. Almost anything. If it's charged up.
That's terrible, Steffi.
What happened? Uh-oh. Do I have to read it? Yeah.
It must have been torture.
Unless you're studying, like a professor, studying the way people think and talk. Kind of play along with it. So
Hold on.
That's crazy.
All right, there you go. Music was just way too loud, Bill. Way too loud music, Bill. Anyway, I like the pictures though. Just
that looks like a model.
Whoa, Bill, take it easy with the music. Anyway, what's going on? Hold on. I gotta go with this. I can't even take it.
Oh, wow! Look at the ceiling. Look how high it is. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 floors between the ceiling and where they're standing, or more. What?
Oh, Steffi, I can't even go out in public without getting in arguments with people. I can't sit there and just.
You got to start blending in.
I can't bite my tongue anymore.
You got to start playing along.
I yell things out of people's car windows and stuff.
You should start studying them like a professor.
People don't like it.
Yeah, you should start studying them.
I can't take it anymore.
Pretend it's a game. Study them and figure out why they might think this way.
I yell at people.
Don't even try to figure it out. Just study them and take notes.
I can't
play it like a game.
I can't sit still at a party with like that Steffi. I can't do it.
No, I'd be like 10 minutes and gone.
Yeah, I have to be, I'm like outside like vaping, like nicotine, like, oh my god, like a fucking whoa.
I don't want to sit around at
Don't
tables.
make me go back in there. Don't make me go back in there, please. Please. No, you have to go back in because you're with your family or whatever the problem is, Oh, fuck.
You can restructure your mind.
I got little kids in there or something. I'm like, man.
So you got to restructure your mind and play a game.
It's like, Ray, so I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, Ray, you're a dad now. You need to go back in there with your kids. Who cares if there's 150 people with masks on, with masking their kids? Just suck it up. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. And then I go in and I'm like, I'm yelling things out. Like,
remember, it could always be worse. Everything. No matter what situation you're in, it could always be worse.
It's terrible.
I'm sorry, I know that's not much condolence.
They're all criminals and they all should be thrown in jail. Every single one of those people. That's how I feel.
They're just afraid and compliers.
No. The ones that are like really pushing it on other people, that scaring people.
Oh yeah.
The ones that know better, they should be thrown in jail. Look at this thing. Look at this guy's head.
Because they were just having fun, just doing some artwork. Yeah, doesn't really mean anything. That's like a year's worth of hard work with high-end sculptures.
Yeah, just destroy the end. Okay, well, I think
it's not the end. It's
not the end. There's something still going on here.
It's always just the beginning. Each rabbit hole leads to a huge rabbit.
Well, when you get inside the rabbit hole and you find the rabbit, you let me know. So that's Bill
They're
Miller.
Scary. I ran away from him.
Support Bill Miller. Go over to Bill Miller's channel.
Do
what you gotta do.
Monty Python showed us how dangerous rabbits really were. So.
Well, what do you want to do? You getting tired?
No, but I have to try to go to sleep. I can do a little bit more.
I kind of want to end it. I mean, we're going for an hour and a half. That's not that long in the stream, but
1, 2, 3, 30 seconds.
I mean, I don't know. You seen anything spectacular lately? I'm exhausted.
I
don't feel like talking really. So just get out of here.
I haven't seen. I saw clouds that weren't chem clouds. They're actually fluffy, round clouds. That was pretty spectacular. And a blue sky. And Voynich loved seeing the sky and stuff. He says he hasn't seen a blue sky in 4 months. Yeah, I've done a lot of live streaming today.
Yeah.
To create new possibilities.
Yeah.
In my dreams, with gratification and a vast space which I may create. What does that mean? I just put a bunch of words together.
Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Peace.
Oh, really? Right?
We're in Colorado Springs. Webby and Friends concert about to go down. I'm one of his friends, so I'm here. It's hot. It's hot. Huh. I can't. It's hot.
It's alive. It's flat. It's flat. They lie to us.